So massive thanks for joining myself. I'm here in the beautiful hotel, Stratford International. You know I love this hotel. It's great, to be fair. It's really well located, that's one thing. Stratford has really come leaps and bounds post-Olympics, and what's great is that many of the Olympic facilities are still here, like other Olympic events, other Olympic games. I believe some of the sites are not literally what they were, but this is more or less how it was, but new hotels. Question marks, is it overdeveloped? But we won't get into that in this video. I just want to get into 2020, what it means for Fredrik Sandvall. Yep. So Fredrik, your official title at CrowdwithUs, I never quite know what it is. So
I call myself strategic advisor and investor. Why is that? There is a difference between like advisor and non-executive director.
So are you? So go on. So you're not an NED then, no?
Not at the moment, no. And the difference from that is very much linked to how well. There are legal reasons why you might pick one or the other reason for doing one or the other. I feel very comfortable to be an advisor. I love the term trusted advisor. It has been branded for many years. It's been misused. I like advising, and also I'm.
So where's the difference between strategic advisor, investor, and NED? Obviously, NED doesn't have to be an investor.
No, exactly. Non-executive director can be a director which is not involved in the actual operations. So that is a similarity. So what I'm doing, I'm usually not too involved in operations. I might help with meetups, strategic direction, raising finance to the business, and so on and so forth. So yeah, an investor in the actual business. Yeah, I have invested into the company as the first external one.
I didn't know that, to be fair.
And I'm still keen and happy to put in more money into the growth of the business as well. So yeah,
look,
exciting times.
I'm really passionate about crowdfunding because it gives opportunities to the likes of myself to be involved in deals which I would not be able to be involved in. And yes, you can have money sitting in the bank. It's not going to do at the moment very much whatsoever. No. As Rob says to me, sometimes you can be losing money, having money sitting in the bank rather than increasing it in value, and that could be quite a substantial amount you could have as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and also you can spread it out over multiple projects, maybe even multiple platforms. So, I mean, the different strategies. I mean, just like you invest into stocks and shares, you might pick the one where you've done more research and put more money into one. That's very much like Warren Buffett style. He understands every investment he does. He does like 2 a year. So if you would pick 2 investments a year across everything that's been presented to you, you'll probably be in a much better position to do more due diligence, to do anything better, to safeguard your own interests.
So we're not giving you financial advice on this video though, because it's up to you what you do in terms of how you invest. Now, we were talking prior to the video about Brexit, the impact of Brexit on the developer scene, how it slowed down the developer market, and where you see it moving in 2020 and beyond. So, Fredrik, in terms of 2020 and beyond, that could be, it's hard to know even for this year, let alone, because Brexit hasn't been completely clarified. Yes, we've had the election. So what does it mean to you in terms?
So from my point of view, I am everything against collaboration and partnerships. That means that I'm actually an advocate of staying in Brexit, but leaving that to the side. We don't know where that lands and ends. I think that this year, unlike the previous ones, we will probably move in a direction towards and completing the Brexit, or if you decide to scrap it. Regardless of that, means that there's more certainty. There's more certainty already with a government that actually can take decisions and hopefully move things ahead. That means we attract foreign money, we attract national money, and as a developer.
So look, regarding foreign money, and please don't take any advice from myself. I hardly ever speak on stage. I heard stamp duty is increasing for foreign buyers. Do you know about that? or not?
It's the same. I mean, I am very much an international investor. That is the same in many countries, where even in Sweden, where the stamp duty or the fee alike is higher in many countries. I don't see that as...
Or is it a stumbling block? No?
No, not really, because people who can move money across borders, it is just factored into the total cost. Same with whether you're investing into a company or a trust or whatever you do, your business setup is often, the more money you have, the better tax advice usually look for. So I see a lot of foreign investments coming in and back to the UK because the pound is still on a discount. The property sector is still on a discount, so with that you can, I mean, take London as an example, average, you can argue that 20% discount is very much doable without overstretching. So if you're then a good negotiator, you might get another 10-15% of that, and then you have another 10 to 20+% on your currency. All of a sudden you can shop in London at 50% discount without tapping too deep into that. Sounds appealing, by 50% discount. Yeah.
So Fredrik, in terms of the summit, and I promised it would be a short video because I know you want to get on, so I'll try to keep it under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Who are you looking forward to seeing? Is there a particular type of developer you're looking forward to? Investor, property professional? Who would be of interest for you, or who have you seen over the last few years at the summit who's of interest?
I like many of the speakers from last year, of course. I like lots of people in the audience. What I'm looking for personally is new connections, so I might have a project which is a high-rise building. That's something I have not done to that tall level yet.
So when you say tall, what type
tall
of
is
story?
the height of the building.
No, are we talking 8 stories plus, or what?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's one of your objectives?
Yes, yeah, and I know already Paul Higgs, who will be there. We already had some super early conversations around that. He's very good in terms of experience.
No, that's interesting, because I'm not sure he's going to be there, but so one developer who I've been introduced to in Northern Ireland, who's working on one of the tallest buildings in Belfast. So,
yes. That's one thing I'm looking for, and linked to that is of course the right architects. I already have someone in mind. I also invest not only into property, I also very much like to invest into businesses. There will be interesting people there, and quite a few people have signed up, and I hope that we'll have some last minute sign-ups as well.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be people at lastminute.com usually. Look, being realistic, that's how events generally work. People, literally, a lot of people have only returned back to work this week. I've been obviously a little bit more time spending on conference handbook and so forth, which I pick up tomorrow, which I'm really delighted to have. Tomorrow it took quite a while to get that conference handbook finalised. Lots of edits, just thinking, how does Bowser not pull his hair out?
And some late contributors perhaps.
Yeah, late contributors. It's not just, there were changes in the last few hours in terms of edits and to be compliant with FCA regulations as well. It's interesting what you can and you can't say. Look, Fredrik, how can people find out more about yourself apart from come along to the summit on the 18th of January 2020, Crown Plaza, Blackfriars? For tickets, bquinevents.com/NDS. So bquinevents.com/NDS. How can they find out? How can they reach you? Is there a podcast you have?
I got 2 podcasts. One is called Investing Skills and one is called Invest in You. They're both available wherever you find your podcast. I also like to say, before I talk about where people can find me, I like to applaud Brandon. His big work is so hard to create a fantastic event. It's hard to pull together the right people, the right crowd, and from all the events I've been to so far, he's done really well. So I can't wait to next week.
I look forward to it. There's a few tweaks, of course. This is the 6th summit which I've run. I had to be convinced to come back and run all-day events in 2016. It was my now accountant who said, why don't you put on all-day events, because the last time I did it was 6 years previously.
Yes.
So look, I have It's the only national development summit. Someone said, let's go in February or March or April. That's great, but that will be another event. And will I be going to other events? By all means. I went to South Summit, which was definitely, it was a tech event, 16,000 people. Where would I like to grow the summit? I think it has got the reach to be not hundreds of people, but thousands of people. Whether that's bringing other people into my team, which I definitely do need at some point, yes. But I love going to other events. I see how people run it. Would I do it differently? Possibly, but different cultures as well. So exactly. South Summit, has a nightclub party on the first night, 11 p.m. In England, most people are sleeping by 11 p.m. Look, that's it. I won't delay you anymore. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks.